live for the nation's capital. I'm yours truly, the exceptional one, Ken McClinton. We are charged this evening with the opportunity of discussing politics, life, and culture with none other than Jarome Bell. He's a GOP candidate out of the 2nd Congressional District of Tidewater, Virginia. Uh, Jarome Bell for Congress.com is the way to get in contact with him. He has served 27 years in the U.S. Navy, and we are honored with his presence this evening. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Let's try this again. How you doing? Thanks for having me, Ken.
It's great having you here, Jarome, and congratulations on your service to our country. We thank you for your blood, heart, and soul and tears given.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, I have to ask you here. You served under several presidential administrations in the U.S. military.
Yes.
And I have to ask you here, when you left the military, did you feel that we were moving in the right direction in terms of taking care of our soldiers, our seamen, our airmen, our Coast Guardsmen, and protecting those who are at most danger, the American citizen?
Right. Well, when I actually left, I retired in 2012. So when I retired, President Obama was still in office. And at that point, no, I didn't feel like we were going in the right direction. Unfortunately, we were going through a sequestration with our military. Our military was being downsized, and a bunch of administration things were not conducive to the military. There was bad influences, I guess, going on in the military. There was bad attitudes, and people, had to move and they were losing jobs because the military was downsizing. So it wasn't a good time when I actually retired. And that was one of the reasons why I decided to retire when I did.
Now, when you retire, you've had some years under the Obama administration as well, dealing with the Veterans Administration, the VA. So my query to you in terms of that is, what was the experience like with the VA under the Obama administration? What is it like now under the Trump administration?
Well, unfortunately, the VA wasn't good. I mean, it was a lot of lackadaisical people that worked there, because normally when individuals get a government job, work for the VA, they're pretty much there for a lifetime. So they become complacent and not really customer oriented. And it seems like they didn't really care about the veterans. When the veterans went to the VA, when we weren't treated kindly. Sometimes we had to wait for hours, sometimes, a long time. So it wasn't a very pleasant trip that we had to go to the VA. Fortunately, I'm on the TRICARE plan, so I actually get to go outside and see a civilian doctor. And what President Trump did when he came to office, he made it, now these people can get fired. If they're not doing their jobs, then they need to go get rid of all the bad apples, get rid of all the bad customer service, and we need to upgrade the VA. So it started to go that way, and also he made it to where veterans now can seek outside doctors and outside health care and not have to go to the VA. But he's in the process of straightening it out, I believe, and I think right now it's going in the right direction as long as we keep going there.
Listen, we are very proud of the service that you committed, and we're thankful for what Donald Trump has done with the military, expanding it dramatically, bringing more of the military manufacturing back home to the United States of America, and especially in your particular area of the country, the southeastern quadrant of the Commonwealth of Virginia. It has always been a place of safety and bravery in the sense of not only being a part of the Navy, but also all the other military branches. I want to ask you, have you seen an impact in the Tidewater since the Trump administration? Exactly what is that impact?
Well, I think the impact is, first of all, Norfolk is the home of the largest Navy in the world. So this Tidewater area impacts a lot of not only military people but small businesses. And,
Yes.
in the area and the shipyard building industry. And we have the shipyard there, which is actually located in the 3rd district, and most of the bases that's here in the Tidewater area fall under the 2nd district, which would be my district. And so I saw an uptick of jobs, because the military, he put money into the military and made sure that we have the strongest fighting force in the world and that there's peace through strength. And when he did that, it stabilized the economy a lot here in the area, And so when you look at what he did, it affected a lot of people, a lot of citizens here, especially in my district. We got Walrus Island up on the eastern shore, and that's Nassau basically. And so he put money into that to make sure that that's maintained, because that's one of the biggest job places where people on the eastern shore go and become employed was Nassau. So that has to stay, and that has to be updated. Updating our bases, updating our ships. So it's just job security, and like I say, for not only the military but small businesses have really grown under President Trump here in the area.
Mr. Bell, there are those who think military, small business is the guy who comes on the base to cut your hair, or the commissary, or those who cater in the goat kitchen. You're a CPO guy. You know that.
Right. Hey, we eat the best in the goat.
Exactly. So there are those who think of it that way, but can you explain to the American people, or at least some who sit on the left side of the fence, how dramatically important that funding of the military is down there to the entitled economy for the Tidewater?
It's crucial. It's actually the number one financial gain here for people is the military. Number 2 is the tourism industry. A lot of people, because they think Virginia Beach, they think that is the tourism industry, but the military drives everything in Tidewater. Everything can have their roads. Without the military, the small businesses will go away because they won't have anybody to service. They won't have anybody to come and patronize their businesses. So the military drives the entire economy here in the Tidewater area. And I can't stress that enough, because if the military left, we started losing ships, we started losing squadrons, which happened under Obama, then you're going to see a downtick in small businesses, and you're going to see people going out of business really, really soon if the military ever left, or if we had to downsize again.
Mr. Bell, the reason why I mentioned that is that you have Speaker Pelosi and her minions on Capitol Hill now who are thoroughly disgusted with the fact that their $3.2 trillion stimulus plan, quote unquote, which basically funds everything that you wouldn't want to, is going to be refuted and no longer considered by the Senate nor the President. So many of them have come to the floor of the U.S. House and stated that in order to afford what needs to be done, there needs to be cuts to the military. And a lot of people have forgotten the Obama years of Tidewater. They have forgotten the late Bush years when there were budget cuts by the Democrats on Capitol Hill. And if you can explain how the COVID-19 impact on small businesses has an impact on minorities in that particular region, as well as the ideological bent of the left to try to defund the military.
Okay, well, with this new $3.2 or $3 trillion package that Pelosi and the left are trying to push, it's just, I think it's just more delay tactics to keep the president from winning. It's more tactics to get her base fired up, because they try to blame President Trump for everything, but what they don't realize is, one, that the military is driving everything, and if we have cuts to the military, it's going to force people out of business, and that's going to affect people, African Americans and African American neighborhoods, because a lot of these people work at the shipyards. A lot of people work within small businesses as well. And so, I mean, because if you look at it, because you have like part manufacturers, you have like some caterers, to the goat locker, you have a lot of these different people, and a lot of these people are from, the black neighborhoods and things like that. So, I mean, if you start to cut that, then all of that is going to go away, and those services aren't going to be provided. Those people are going to be looking for jobs, and you can see what's happening with COVID. When you shut down an economy,
Yeah.
okay, like it's happening, even though I totally disagree with the shutdown, and I felt that the governor overstepped his bounds, unconstitutional what he did. He was a violation of UNC Code 18, Section 242. But it has had a tremendous effect on all walks of life here in the Tidewater. So that would be, if people see what's happening with COVID, that would actually be basically the same thing that would happen if the military left.
Yep.
The military left is the same thing as COVID now with the economy shut down, except it wouldn't be shut down to come back. It would just be gone.
Exactly.
So that's the difference.
Exactly. Now, in regards to COVID-19, and tonight we have the great pleasure of talking with a young man who has given 27 years of his life to the U.S. military, the U.S. Navy, in fact. Former Chief Petty Officer Jarome Bell, retired, who is a GOP candidate for the U.S. House Virginia District 2. And you can find him at JeromeBellForCongress.com. On this particular night, we are on the delivery end of what Governor Northam has said regarding Virginia Beach. And you can tell me if this is genius or not, but I can tell by the laughter. He basically stated, Virginia Beach, a place where my executive producer and her fiance visit on a regular basis to have a great time, that when they go, they can't get in the water. They can walk along the beach, but they can't get in the water. And so I got to ask you here, with all of the real estate decline that's going on in Virginia Beach now because of the loss of revenue from having people visit as tourists, how brilliant is this idea by Governor Northam, and why is he so tyrannical regarding Virginia Beach?
Well, I think what it is that he's trying to still hold power and trying to, still, I guess, try to pretend like he's in control when he's really not. And he understands, and the mayor here in Virginia Beach and City Council, they've talked to the governor. He understands that Virginia Beach needs to be open by Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's where the revenue really starts coming in for Virginia Beach. So he said, okay, the beach is going to be open, but you can't take a boombox, and you got to still social distance, and you can't have alcohol, you can't play frisbee, and you can't do any group activities. Really? So okay, my boombox is going to cause someone to have COVID-19, right? I mean, it's so really asinine, and it's just really all about control, to be honest. And we had a rally in Virginia Beach. It was an Open Virginia 2 weeks ago. We haven't got on the beach on the boardwalk. It was a great rally. I was there. Last weekend, the beaches were crowded. Beaches were crowded. It was people everywhere. People in the water. So people here in Virginia Beach are really starting to wake up. They're starting to know that, that this disease wasn't as severe as it was claimed to be. The numbers never matched the hype on it. And so they're tired of taking orders, and they understand, hey, we are free people. So you can't really tell us we can't go in the water. You can't tell us that we can't be with our families. You can't tell us that I can't, bring my music with me to the beach. I mean, I know they're hiring ambassadors and some people, that's supposed to try to enforce the social distancing or whatever. But last weekend, the police never intervened. We never had any issues out of the police at all, and the beaches were packed. And we are having a stand in the sand rally this weekend down on the beach, and people are going to do our stuff, man. We're coming with our boom boxes, we're coming with our people, and we're going to have civil disobedience because we are free people, and you can no longer house arrest free, healthy people, and we're not going for it. I never went for it
Exactly.
We have a big turnout now of people coming out of Virginia Beach, and I'm glad that they are.
I hope tens of thousands of people show up at Virginia Beach this weekend, and it's not because I don't care for the individuals who suffer. I know that there are those vulnerable populations out there, like nursing homes, where governors have allowed sick people to go back into those nursing homes to die and to also pass the illness on to others. I am not uncompassionate, but I do understand that compassion is not limited to caring for people in a hospital. Compassion extends to making certain that people are working, and where there is work, there is wage, and where there is wage, there is opportunity for consumption. Uh, Now, as a future congressman here, there are those who are on Capitol Hill who are opposed to the idea of citizens being the first persons involved. In fact, there is a growing movement by those on the left to give funding to illegal migrants in our country to the tune of $1,200. I want to ask you your thoughts regarding illegal migration and whether Nancy Pelosi and the left should be pushing for funding of illegal migrants.
I would say no, absolutely not. First of all, and on my, we talk about illegal migrants. Okay, so the word illegal, which means they are committing a crime. So why would you give money to people committing a crime that really shouldn't be here in the first place? I actually have on my platform, and I'm one of the first to start it in the nation, is I'm calling for a immigration moratorium, complete immigration moratorium. That's all the illegals, no more coming in, and we're just closing down the borders. And what actually affects us more here in the United States is the legal immigration by way of the cheap labor,
Yeah.
cheap foreign labor visa programs, the H-1Bs, the H-2Bs, the H-4 EADs, the OPT, the F-1, the J-1, the L-1. Okay, so and the S-386 that they want to cause, and these are high tech. The H-2 are the low tech workers when they try to say we don't have enough workers in the United States. Yeah, we do, and I have a plan for that just in case you think we don't have enough workers. We have enough. But these high tech STEM jobs that these companies, these corporations are abusing to bring over foreign workers, especially from India now, over here to take these high tech jobs that are replacing the American worker, where some of these workers actually have to train their replacement before they have to get fired or before they get put off their jobs. So I'm really pushing that as far as the immigration moratorium on illegal. Definitely, that's without saying, but on the legal immigration with these visa programs, because they're still in the future of America. They're taking American jobs, and they're still in the future of our kids and our college graduates who can't get jobs in these positions because they're being filled by low wage. And how these corporations get over, a lot of people don't understand this. They don't have to pay income tax.
Yep.
They
Well,
don't have to pay income tax. and so the corporations save billions by not having to pay income tax, on these people, and the people don't have to pay income tax, and so there's a limit like on the H-1Bs, but there's not a limit on the OPT visas, and those are the students that come over and go to school and work in these positions, and they stay, so it's a big thing we're pushing, that I'm running on, and you see President Trump actually came out with the immigration moratorium a couple weeks ago, but it hasn't gone far enough, so now we're asking President Trump to expand the ban to include all of the visa programs that I named, because those are really the ones that's hurting America.
Exactly. Jarome Bell with us tonight. He's running in the 2nd Congressional District of the Commonwealth of Virginia. I want to turn my attentions to Virginia because I'm going to have you come back over the next few weeks. You are good friends with Madison Downs. He's running in the 3rd Congressional District. You're running in the 2nd Congressional District. Why is it that your message and his is resonate? Do you know the GOP's been in that area since what, the 1800s? Why is it that now people are listening to you two? What makes you all so special?
Well, I think timing is everything. I think it's the time where people that have historically, well, I wouldn't even say historically, I would just say from 1972, because as far as black people, historically, we have always been conservative, and we've been Republican, if you want to call it, but I call it conservative because Democratic Party and Republican Party, those are parties. Conservatism are ideas. Conservatism is more or less, values and the way we are raised, the way that we believe, and the way we think. And so what makes me and Madison different is because we're able to go and talk to people where they are. Okay, we're able to go into these neighborhoods where one, the Democratic Party don't care about any longer, and the GOP never went and really don't go because they can't one because they're not trusted. Okay, because it's, and then the history of like I said, black people, we can talk the history with them. A white GOP or GOP establishment, they can't go into black and brown areas and talk history to the people because they don't even know the history. Myself and Madison, I guess that's what makes us special because we understand the history of our people and we understand what we went through because Madison was a Democrat. My family was a Democrat.
Yeah.
Even though I left the Democratic Party in 1999. Myself, a lot longer than Madison, but we're both educated on where we came from. We're both educated on who is actually the villain against black people, and we can resonate and we can talk, like I said, to where they are, and I think that's what makes it special, and that's why we are the best two candidates in this area to serve the GOP or the conservative Republican Party in the 2nd and 3rd district.
There hasn't been a real 1-2 power punch in that particular region for a while regarding conservative viewpoints. And I'm going to have you come back in a couple of weeks, but there are those who are saying that the tide, when Elon Musk gets on the air and tells people to take the red pill, the tide is turning in America where they're moving away from authoritarians and totalitarianism as replicated by Democrats across the country during COVID-19. They want liberty and they want freedom. Is that what you're finding? What exactly are the anecdotal evidences that you're getting as you're marching through the streets and talking to people?
Well, people are tired and people want to be free, and with the black community, I'll just say this with both of them, okay?
Yeah.
I understand that there's a war on conservatives, okay? And the white conservatives are called racist. Black conservatives were called traitors to our race. It's a linguistic programming term, where they use white supremacists, they use white nationalists, and they used to use black nationalists, with the Black Panthers, okay? So it's all called linguistic programming, okay? And so I understand that we're all in this together, okay? And I understand that it's the fault of both parties. Nobody is speaking that because the GOP is not going to take blame. The Democratic Party is not going to take blame. Well, I'm putting blame on both of them because the Democrats, they race bait and they play the race card, to their advantage, while the GOP, they run and hide. They try to convince people that they're not racist, while both parties still take for granted those forgotten people on both sides. So these people are really just looking for someone they can count on and someone that they can believe in that has the same values, that can listen to their issues and understand their issues. And that's on both sides of the party. So that's what I'm finding. Not only black people, but it's white people and white conservatives that feel the same way in these certain areas that both parties take for granted. Because like up in Pocosin, I talked to a gentleman up in Pocosin. Pocosin, votes 85% for the Republican Party every year, just like pretty much black people vote for the Democratic Party.
Yeah.
You know what he says? They never come up here and talk to us.
Wow. Take it for granted.
You're right. They never come up here and talk to us. So me, he say, I go and talk to them. I talk to everybody. I'm invited up on the Eastern Shore. I have I have 2 big weekends planned up on the Eastern Shore. I have people, calling me and want me to come up here, both black and white. I have an event scheduled at a white church. I have an event scheduled at a white mom and pop. And I have an event scheduled at the only black-owned restaurant on the Eastern Shore.
Wow.
So it resonates because people want to know truth. People want to, they're tired of politicians. One, okay. Yeah. They want warriors that will go to D.C. and fight for them. They want warriors that's going to fight against the left. They against globalism. They want warriors that's going to fight against the establishment GOP. They want people that's going to fight for them, fight for their rights, and give them a true voice in Washington, and not the fake, voices that they've had from both parties.
That is why you're resounding. You're resonating. That is the message of America. I mean, if you can feel the pulse of America, that's it right there. Sitting in a home for 2 months and losing your job in the process because you have to oblige totalitarianism is not acceptable. And that's not acceptable to black, white, Hispanic, Asian, or any other creed, color, or religion. People don't want oppression. They want to be free. How can people support you and your efforts down in the Tidewater area, sir?
Well, they can support me. They can volunteer for my campaign. They can go to JeromeBellForCongress.com and volunteer. They can hit me on Facebook. My Facebook is Jarome Bell for Virginia. And they can also reach me on Twitter at Jarome Bell VA. Right now, going into this stretch run because we're going into the last month. And I'm going up against some guys, some GOP establishment. They got big money donors. They got big money friends like, the Scott Taylor guy. He has PACs behind him. So I'm going to be outspent by that guy probably 5-1. But I feel good about the race. I feel that I'm resonating with the people, and people are starting to listen, and they don't want that guy to represent them again. I don't want him to represent us again, and that's one of the reasons why I'm running, because he represented us in 2016 and he failed. He had a failed Congress run, had a failed re-election to 2018 because of a big scandal. So he has a lot of baggage he has to go through. I'm aiming to remind the people, let the people know, who do you want? Do you want a guy that's going to go and sell out again and betray you again, or do you want someone that's really going to fight for you, and not go and lick the boots of a Paul Ryan, let's say,
well said,
Speaker of the House or whatever, Then you're going to go, you're going to fight, you're going to call those people on the carpet, and so that's the best way. You can go and donate to my campaign. Right now, that's really the best way. I have a lot of volunteers. I can always use more volunteers. We're doing mailers, we're doing phone calls right now, but really the best way is to go and donate to my campaign at the website.
Now, is it limited to people just in the Commonwealth that can donate to you and support you, or can people around the country donate to your campaign and provide the support that you need?
People around the country can definitely donate, from the website. It's not restricted to just Virginia. If it was restricted to just Virginia, I'd probably be out funding those guys. I probably have more money than those guys right now because a lot of their money is outside of Virginia, to be honest. And so, if it was just regulated to Virginia, I'll be winning because I actually have 25, close to 3,000 donors. So I really have more donors than them. But I'm a ground roots.
You're a ground gamer.
So I'm getting the $5 here, the $25. I don't believe I have yet to receive a max donor, contribution to where most of their donors are max donors. A lot of them are max donors.
Exactly.
And max donors is $2,800 for the primary and $2,800 for the general election. So they're giving them $5,600, thinking that they're just going to press through and win. So I'm thankful for all the donors that I have, and I do have some out-of-state donors, and I appreciate every one of them. I love every one of them. But yes, you do not have to be here in the Tidewater or the state of Virginia to donate to my campaign.
Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, a gentleman and a scholar and certainly a great serviceman, Jarome Bell, retired Chief Petty Officer, if you don't know what CPO is, retired Chief Petty Officer, GOP candidate, U.S. House, Virginia, District 2. Being a Chief Petty Officer means that you did some work. Jarome Bell for Congress.com, and we're ever so thankful for your attempt to take on not only the establishment, but after you beat them in June on the 23rd, then you'll have to take on the left, and we're looking forward to that. Congratulations and much success to you. Look forward to you coming back in a couple of weeks.
All right, thank you, Ken. I'll be looking forward to it again. Thank you for having me again tonight.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the most humble individuals, being a chief petty officer, he doesn't have to be, uh, but he is a truly humble man. Listen, we got to take a commercial break. After we take the commercial breaks, we will be back, and I want to talk with you about the fact that there is an Atlanta mayor who had chosen totalitarianism over freedom, and her governor won. We'll be back, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching none other than the Exceptional Conservative Show. I am the host and president of TECN TV. We are not a republic. We are a we're not a democracy. We are a republic. And certainly TECN TV is the best in urban conservative news, talk, and movies. TheExceptionalConservativeShow.com. We will be back with more of the best right after this.